welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to try something a little bit different. We're all constantly swimming in this river of information, every single day, right? So we're going to try and make sense of it by looking at it through a few different lenses. To do that, let's just jump right in with two topics that seem totally, completely different. On one hand, you've got this huge planetary scale data set, genomic info from thousands of cancer patients. And then on the other hand, you have this deeply personal, societal thing, America's very complicated relationship with tobacco and vaping. I mean, really, what could these possibly have in common? On the surface, it seems like nothing. But when you put them together, they actually do a perfect job of showing the kind of information we're all dealing with constantly, from these massive impersonal data sets to really intimate stories about our health, our choices, our communities. So how in the world do we make sense of it all? Well, here's how we're going to tackle it. We're going to look at the world through three distinct lenses. We'll start with a planetary lens to see the big picture, then a personal lens to understand individual experiences, and finally a philosophical lens to search for some deeper meaning. Let's get started with that big planetary view. Okay, so first up, we're starting at the macro level. I'm talking the 30,000-foot view. This is all about understanding the massive, complex systems that shape our world, and we're going to do it by looking at big data. Our guide for this part is the Registry of Open Data on AWS. The easiest way to think about this is like a gigantic public library of information, but for data. And it's open to absolutely anyone who wants to explore data on, well, just about everything you can imagine. For example, it's got these huge libraries of genetic and genomic data, things like the Cancer Cell Line Encyclopedia and the Human Cell Atlas. I mean, this is the foundational stuff for mapping diseases and really understanding our own biology. It also has these enormous archives of weather data. You've got real-time radar from the NextRad network across the US, which is what helps us forecast the weather and track those bigger, long-term climate patterns. Then, of course, there's satellite imagery. You've got projects like Digital Earth Africa that uses data for everything from monitoring agriculture and natural resources to coordinating disaster response across an entire continent. It's incredible. And the data doesn't just stop at the coastline. No way. The registry includes these super complex forecasting systems for our oceans, which help us understand everything from global shipping routes to the health of entire marine ecosystems. But here's what's so important to remember. This isn't just about abstract data points. It is grounded in human reality. For example, the Cancer Genome Atlas. It created its comprehensive map of cancer by analyzing tissues from over 11,000 individual people. The sheer breadth of knowledge you can find here is just mind-blowing. This data literally covers everything from molecular simulations for COVID-19 all the way to listening in on the songs of humpback whales in Monterey Bay. And this quote, I think, really drives the point home. Behind every single one of these massive data sets, behind every terabyte of information, there are individual stories, human realities, and the potential for absolutely incredible discoveries. Okay, so we've seen the view from orbit, right? The massive scale. Now, let's do a complete 180 and shift our perspective entirely. We're going from the planetary scale of millions of data points all the way down to the level of a single personal choice. So now we're going to zoom way in. For this lens, we're actually pulling from the University Dental magazine to explore the world on a human scale, through community debates, personal ambitions, and individual stories.
And right away, we see this really complex, real-world debate playing out. On one side, you have the American Lung Association saying, look, with flavors like bubblegum and cotton candy, how can you possibly deny you're targeting kids? But on the other side, you have health experts arguing that for adult smokers, those very same flavors can be a critical tool to help them finally quit traditional cigarettes. It's a perfect snapshot of that clash between public health and individual choice.
This personal lens also shows us the power of individual motivation. I love this quote from a recent dental school grad. It wasn't some huge data set or global trend that inspired her. No, it was a single transformative experience that made her want to have a positive impact on other people. And this is where it all connects back to our first lens. That intellectual curiosity, that drive to know more. That's the bridge. It's what connects the personal, day-to-day world of a dentist's office to that much bigger scientific quest for understanding. It links the personal right back to the planetary. Okay, so we've got big data and we've got personal stories. But so what? How do we find any real meaning in it all? For that, we need to pull back one last time and look through a philosophical lens. Now, our source here is a theological text reflecting on the ancient Nicene Creed. But from it, we can pull a central theme that speaks to all of us, no matter what we believe. And that is the search for unity, for things to make sense, for a shared purpose.
And this source argues that unity has a real purpose. It's not just about everyone agreeing for the sake of it. It's a means to an end. It's meant to inspire belief, to motivate us to act, and to make a real, tangible difference in the world.
To put this idea into practice, the text introduces this really powerful framework called biocentric solidarity. Basically, it's this idea that we have to recognize the importance of all life, not just human life, and see ourselves as part of this interconnected cosmic whole.
And another key concept is sangsang. It's this principle of mutual life-giving, especially in a world that can feel pretty broken sometimes. It's all about restoring relationships between people, between us and nature, and within our own communities. So, you see, these aren't just abstract, philosophical ideas. They are direct calls to action. The text argues that the search for unity is also a fight for justice, that serving other people is a core expression of our values, and that it is our collective duty to honor the dignity of all creation. So when you look through these different lenses, the planetary, the personal, and the philosophical, you start to see that this daily flood of information, it isn't just random noise. It's all part of the complex, interconnected, and totally fascinating story of our world. The only question left is which lens are you going to look through today?